June 3rd, Tuesday. I think I might head to the range. Wearing these Crepo gloves. Why? Because I have them. I don't think I've worn them once. Gotta wear them once, you know. I don't remember what these are called. Nori or Naru? But when I first started looking at riding gear, I tried out some of that I don't know what the hell. It's from I forget the name of that website. It's kind of like their house brand. It seems alright. I didn't like the way it fit, so I returned it all. And I kept the gloves because they looked really lightweight, but the protection capabilities are questionable. It's got padding in all the right spots, you know. It's got palm sliders. They are pretty nice, lightweight. Maybe I'll use them when it gets real hot. Yeah, I had to get out. Never forgive myself if I didn't go out today. I would say the weather is just like yesterday. It's perfect. It's actually a little bit more perfect today because there's no wind. 71 degrees, sunny, dry. It's perfect. There's sheep in that field. Going to town there, see? There's a dog. I love that dog. So we'll see. That grass is almost as tall as the sheep. We'll see how that pans out later on in the season. Probably in a couple weeks, that grass will be like perfect. My police sale, what is it? Is that a police sale, I call it? 45 ACP that I bought last year. It's M&P, full size. It's got, came with 3 mags, 2 extended mags. I just got the regular mag with me today. Hell of a deal, man. I think it came with the case, holster, the 3 mags, 2 extended mags. You know how expensive Smith & Wesson stuff is. Something else it came with too, I can't remember. Anyway, it was like $350, I think. It's like, yeah. I like Smith & Wesson. Glock is my, for pistols, Glock is number 1 for me, but Smith & Wesson's a close second. Very close second. My everyday carry is a Smith & Wesson Shield 9mm. Can't beat that gun, in my opinion, for concealed carry. I'm not crazy enough to do open carry. That is just a dumb idea. You know, what do they say about war, right? Information, knowing is half the battle. So if you give your position away, well, you don't do that. You don't let someone know you got a gun on you. But however, I mean, a lot of people feel like that's the, straight up thing to do. Because only criminals hide their guns, right? But criminals also grab your guns, so don't show them you got one. When I get bored, I go on like Gateway Pundit. I don't really do Breitbart anymore. It's like way too one-sided. They're both pretty one-sided. You're never going to get the whole story. They're really, both of those sites are propaganda rags. I mean, it's like the right side's version of the mainstream media, you know. Mainstream media is all leftist propaganda, and the right side media is all right-sided propaganda. You don't really get the truth from either. But it's always entertaining for me anyway. I like to spend time in the comments section and ruffle people's feathers, challenge their one-sided perceptions on things, you know. So, you know, there's an article about how the Supreme Court did their usual thing where they choose not to look at a Second Amendment case. And my comment was, yeah, that's typical, and I'm not surprised. The Second Amendment is not in the interests of our government. And that's, you know, that's who the Supreme Court serves. Supreme fart. They're useless. There's a few good ones, but I don't know. To me, it's all just a charade, just like Congress. It's all just a big show to pretend, like, to make people think that their government's actually working in their interests. It's all bullshit, 100%. The government is not working in people's interests. This government is gone rogue. Anyway, so someone posted, like, a second, you know, like dude, it's not hard to read a book. I'm especially surprised. It's one thing with the leftists, you know, and their propaganda because they're fed this propaganda constantly. Well, Second Amendment's for hunting. You know, it's like, what? What? Like, where? Have you read any history? The founders were, you know, pretty clear about it. They didn't mince words, just freaking open the book, man. There's no mystery. There's no scholars required. Read the Federalist Papers, read the Anti-Federalist Papers, read the debates, read the opinion articles that the founders wrote in the newspapers of the time. I mean, it's all there, black and white. There's no questions. You don't need a scholar to dissect it. I can't believe that crap. It's so... And this is what proves that it's all a freaking lie. It's all freaking propaganda. Because they want to make you believe, like, oh, well, you know, we have to interpret these. No, there's no interpret. It says it. It says every horrible implement of war. It says specifically the Second Amendment is there to defend against your own government if they become tyrannical. Yeah. Uh-huh. So people on the right, you know, so there's one guy, people on the left forget it. They're useful idiots, I guess. And people on the right, like, you know, there's this divide on the right where it's like you got the people that are like pro Uncle Sam, and then you got the Ted Nugents of the world like myself who just says F government. Uncle Sam is not America. Uncle Sam is the military-industrial complex. Look at this asshole. Really dumb. So, yeah. See that shit? These people are on drugs. Or they're old. So where was I? Anyway, blah, 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 blah. This guy writes something like, Second Amendment's there so that we can have an armed citizenry if the government needs, you know, our help or something like that. Like, no. And of course he got like a crap ton of upvotes. And it was like, I think he got, at the time, I think there was one other downvote, and I was another downvote, and I said, incorrect, and I gave them all the information that everybody needs to look up what the Second Amendment is really for. That could be one of the things, but you have to understand at that time there was no centralized government. So that's a lot of baloney. I think even up until I think World War I, we didn't even have a military. It was all state militias. And then I think World War II might have been the same thing. And I think it was Eisenhower who warned against having a military because he knew because that's one of the things the founders didn't want because that would also lead to tyranny. They didn't want a standing army. They were against it. I mean, this is everything that England had done up until that point. Up until that point, they didn't want to make the same mistakes. So, once again, none of this is obscure. This is all written, plain as day. The intentions. But I thought that was funny because Babylon Bee, I think just that day or maybe the day before released a funny skit. It's like a leftist goes back in time to complain about the Second Amendment or something like that. And I think she's talking to James Madison. And James Madison's like, what the heck is this? You should go watch it. It's funny. It's like gun-free zones. Do you have a device that actually takes guns away from people in this gun-free zone? No, we have signs. Yeah, I think it's hard for people to accept the reality that America's kind of long gone. We live in the fantasy, but I mean, the government was never supposed to have better weapons than us. Now, for the whole nuclear thing, I mean, that's definitely, bombs. Yeah, we could talk about bombs, okay? That's obviously a big issue there. I mean, should we have nuclear weapons? I don't think anyone should, but they're there, right? Unfortunate reality. I mean, why are nuclear weapons bad? Because there's too much collateral damage. You're going to be killing innocent life. So, I'm not really into bombs. I'm not big on the bombs. So I have a guitar kit coming tomorrow. Got it for $86. It's the Leo James Strat. I was going to get a Tele because I don't have a Tele that I like. I have a Tele, but it's American Deluxe, and it's way too fancy for me. Too much ice on it. I like the look of the old school Teles, like the ones like Tom Petty played. The blondes, I think they're. But I don't know, I decided against the Tele. It's just a little bit too old school for me. Same problem I have with Les Pauls. So yeah, that'll be cool. I'm kind of excited about that. Never. I like that. Where's the porta potty though? Gosh, I haven't been here since the fall of last year. Pow. Jeez. We got the kickstand down there. It's like not really the best place to park. Let's try the other side. I'm hoping I'm like falling in a pit here. Let's try that edge. Never had a problem there before. But you can see the grading goes down the hill there, so I couldn't get the bike to lean with the kickstand down. Must have just gotten an unlucky spot. Well, that was fun. Hopefully that footage comes out alright. It's probably way too far away. I only shot for 20 minutes. It's crazy. I don't think I've ever gone to a club for 20 minutes. Yes, that's life these days. Plus, I'm shooting 45, so it's like burning dollar bills. Just talking to a guy that came in there, he was looking to join. So I was telling him all about the place. Yesterday I saw a guy driving down our dirt road. Driving down our dirt road. Yesterday I saw a guy driving down our dirt road with a yellow Vespa. Like it looked like a Vespa scooter, you know, like super Italian looking scooters there. Yellow. To make matters worse, he was wearing a yellow helmet to go with it. What the heck is going on? On a dirt road, no less. Not even a very well maintained dirt road. Oh! Should have expected that. Oh, these people are going slow. Is the place open today? Oh. Wednesday, they open tomorrow, okay. Maybe I'll go there tomorrow. California stop. Some dickhead cop's gonna pull me over for doing that one day, I know it. Okay, well you didn't really come to a complete stop. It's funny, I was watching a case in New Hampshire. I don't know how it came. Oh, I mean, like Google listens to you, you know? What's this guy doing? They're always listening. But it was a guy defending himself in New Hampshire against a fine that he received for not having an inspection sticker on his vehicle. And that shit just make it, like the fact that there's cops pulling people over for that. Man, they gotta get a bitch slap. Because that's fucking bitchy. That's a bitchy thing to do. And it's not even really legal. Why don't you go and actually fight some crime, you dickheads? State cops are the worst. We all know that, right? They're dutiful little servants. Not all of them, of course. There's your, occasional good ones. It's like I have to say that as a disclaimer. It's like when you're on Reddit and they have to say, in my opinion, as a disclaimer. It's like, why don't we just assume that it's my fucking opinion, you fucking dickheads? Right? Well, in my opinion. Because if you don't say that, then some dickhead's going to come and be like, well, that's just your opinion. No shit! I thought I was the king of the world! I hate people. I hate society. I love people. I hate society. I hate what society does to people. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of law enforcement. You don't need it. More reasons to pay too many taxes. So that's the mentality we need to go back to. Even if you want to keep You're gay-ass law enforcement. We should have the mentality that we don't really need them. And they're just there for our convenience. That way, we bring the prices back down on our taxes. And we get some accountability. I want to know who came up with this campaign that, like, all police are heroes. That's propaganda. The Nazis? No. It's just propaganda. I would start bitching about the blue flag thing desecrating the United States flag, but I'm not really a champion of the United States either, so. Now, if they did that to like a Betsy Ross flag, I might be a little bit annoyed. Although I will agree that it is a desecration of the flag. Yeah, I always have to remind people that police are not elected. They're appointed. So, sheriffs are elected, so there is some accountability there. My wife's like, well, you have to have both so that they keep each other honest or whatever, checks and balances, that whole thing. I don't think so. Until they agree to work together, right? Steal your money. Anyway, again, it's just more trouble than it's worth. We don't really need them. Get rid of them. But that'll never happen. But yeah, so this guy, he was representing himself, doing a pretty good job. And I think he got off. But he said next he's going to go and get him for registration because he's saying that's based on Article something or something. That's an invasion of privacy. Hell, go for it, man. I'm all for it. It's all pretty stupid. And it just gets worse. Like first you got to register your car. Oh, then now everyone accepted that. So now you got to register your motorcycle. Oh, everyone accepted that. So now you got to register your pets. For your safety. You don't need it. Government, you don't need it. I like the idea in New Hampshire there's unincorporated towns. This is great. I want in on that. Bring it back. Bring it back to the way it ought to be. So these unincorporated towns don't have a government. I like this. I want that. Can I go and live there? But I found out about that. I don't know if I talked about this. My electrician lives in a town that's unincorporated, and I know he probably made that decision because he's on the same page as I am, pretty much. I think a lot of people in New Hampshire believe the things that I believe. That's why New Hampshire is still holding on. But, the government continues to grow. It doesn't matter who's in the governor's seat. Because, they all got their little King's Guard, known as the state police, which are generally pretty awful people. Police in general, I find, are very aloof. They truly believe they're better than everybody else. Don't tase me, bro. My brother wanted to be a state cop. He went to a school for criminal justice. And he thought he was better than everybody else. He still thinks he's better than everybody else. So. Yeah. It's like definitely like a type A personality kind of thing. That's a lot of sand. Gosh, they just gonna go up the whole road and fix these gutters? Hope that doesn't mean they're going to be paving it at some point. But although, at this point, I might not complain because then I have a better chance of riding all season. The problem with the dirt road in the winter, as you saw, you can't clear them as good as you can the pavement. The ice never melts. So I think it would still be a shame. I would still be disappointed, but maybe that would mean I could ride all season, you know? I don't know. I'm told the road is unpavable because so many water problems or something. It was fun. I had a good time. A nice ride. Going to the range is always fun. Gotta stop and talk to that guy one day. '64. Woo! High speed dirt. Let's slow down at this old guy's house so he doesn't complain. You're gonna run over my dogs.